News 13 continues to highlight Black History Month, and tonight we introduce you to a man who dedicated his life to service right around here. James R. Fraizer was the first African-American and the longest-serving member of Horry County Council. News 13's Annette Pagler spoke with his family about how he helped improve the conditions for the people of the Bucksport community.
James Fraizer broke barriers in Horry County, becoming the first African-American on many boards and organizations. But his family says his biggest accomplishments were the changes he initiated in the small town of Bucksport, changes that his own granddaughter could benefit from years after his death.
It's fun to drive by everything in Bucksport, and I just think of my grandpa every time I come home.
About 30 miles from Myrtle Beach, nestled in a wooded area, lies the James R. Fraizer Community Center. It's a place where folks in Bucksport can congregate and work out, and it's named after former Horry County Councilman James Fraizer.
He just wanted to help. The biggest word I can say about my dad is service, and he feels like everybody should give service.
Fraizer was first elected to the Horry County Council in 1980 and served 35 years in his position. But his community service started long before entering council chambers.
So he and I actually did real estate classes together. And then he had management classes for his job at that time over at Georgetown.
He served 23 years for the South Carolina Department of Agriculture and was one of 5 farmers invited to the White House in 1978.
That's when he went to Washington and met with President Carter and 5 other farmers. And he represented a different group because he was a small farmer.
Fraizer's life mission was to improve his community. He noticed water conditions were not ideal in the small rural town, so he and others founded the Bucksport water system.
There were some people that didn't have access to a well, so they would have to go to somebody else's house. And actually, before I was born, that was a long time ago, but before I was born, right off Salem Church Road, there was a pump there, and it steady run. It was steady running all the time, and people would go there and fill these buckets or jugs up with water and take them back to the house.
He wanted to make sure infrastructure in Bucksport properly supported its residents. The roads and water sewer system were some of the issues he was the most passionate about while serving as a councilman.
I believe his legacy is Horry County, how much love that he had for Horry County. He used to always brag about how Horry County was the biggest county east of the Mississippi, like landmass. So he was super prideful of that and prideful of his community.
Fraizer inevitably faced racism while serving.
You know, when he was first elected, we used to have what you call stump meetings. He was supposed to go to one in Green Sea area, and he got a phone call. The Klan told him not to show up because he was the only African-American running.
His family says he always focused on the work.
That's what he always told me. Don't worry about getting patted on the back. If you did the job, you did it good, don't worry about it.
Sadly, he died in 2016, but his legacy lives on, and it doesn't just resonate in this community center, it's felt throughout Horry County.
Wherever he went, he was representing Horry County. Either he had a lapel pin on that had Horry County on it, or he was telling somebody about it. And people they would always think, so, well, why do you love it so much? He said, that's where I'm from, this is my people.
Fraizer was also the first African-American elected to serve as the chairman of the Horry County Democratic Party. For a full list of his political and professional affiliations, head to our website, WBTW.com. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Annette. Very nice there. News 13 is honoring Black history with a special broadcast. Among other things, we'll explore the history of Atlantic Beach, and we'll also go back to when schools were integrated in the PD. Plus, how a well-known NFL coach says he overcame racism at a young age. All that's coming up 9:30 next Monday morning, and it's only right here on News 13.